Welcome, everybody, to the Rated R Report. Yes, that's right, the Rated R Report. That's what we settled on. This is going to be main roster. This is not NXT. This is not NXT UK. We are doing predictions tonight for WWE Elimination Chamber coming up this Sunday. And I'm, of course, your host, the Rated R reviewer, Stefan Osborne, joined as always by the General Jerry Slaughter.
Good evening, wrestling fans.
And tonight we have fellow member of hashtag Team No DQ. We've got the simple man, Noah Foster. How you doing tonight, Noah?
Doing very well, gentlemen. How are you?
A little bit of technical difficulties, but now we're good.
Yeah, an hour and 15 minutes later. Oh, Skype is so important for this. And to get the Skype, we got to go through the computer, in this case the laptop, and then send the laptop to the TV. But when the laptop don't work, what do? I've got a brand new $700, $800 something computer sitting over here that I've never been able to get to go to the TV. So I'm like, all right, I'll just get a regular computer monitor and we'll get Skype going, and then we'll send it to the TV. Nope, that didn't work either. Meanwhile, my computer's taking a Stone Age to update and refresh and everything else to try and get a new version of Skype. And finally, here we are, about to do predictions for a 7-match show.
Yeah.
I am very surprised that a main event, well, not a main event, a main roster pay-per-view is 7 matches. Maybe 8. Maybe we'll get an additional pre-show match to go with the other pre-show match. Which consequently will be the first match we predict. It's going to be Buddy Murphy defending the WWE Cruiserweight Championship against Akira Tozawa. And as our resident 205 Live guy, Noah, and our special guest anyway, I'm going to let you go first. Who do you think is winning this match?
Well, why do we have to keep going through this shtick? 205 Live matters. It does not belong on the kickoff show. Fucking Braun Strowman, Baron Corbin, 975 belongs on the kickoff show. Pointless Lashley ass, smell like money belong on the kickoff show. You gotta put this match that's gonna be a good back and forth bout on the kickoff show. Bullshit. As far as who I think's winning this match, we still gotta get through Fastlane. We still gotta figure out WrestleMania. It's gonna have to be, I feel like, the champ, because Akira Tozawa, last one-on-one encounter was against Neville, former Pac. He was champ for 6 days, but he hasn't done this in over a year and a half. Buddy Murphy's been on a roll, and I feel like it's going to be somebody bigger to take the title off him. Maybe a big Cedric Alexander, maybe a surprise, but bottom line, I believe Buddy Murphy will retain.
I agree. I don't see any reason to take the title off of Buddy Murphy, especially to put it on Akira Tozawa, other than shock factor maybe. Occasionally they do that, but you don't do it on the pre-show.
No.
Because it would be shocking if Tozawa won.
You do it for a mid-range one. Nice job, Jerry.
Nakamura got me a point last time.
You were the only one out of 17 of us that got the point.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. That was my shining moment for the evening, and then the rest I just ended up in a dumpster. But I'm in agreement with you guys on this one. Buddy Murphy's going to keep the belt because naturally, yeah, like you said, like a title change on the pre-show, it'd be cool, but it's not going to happen for this one. Possibly at WrestleMania if they could put on a pre-show there.
You know what? I honestly think that by WrestleMania time, the pre-show matches are going to be both of the Battle Royals, and the Cruiserweight Championship might actually get spared being on the pre-show.
It might be the opening match.
I will take that.
Opening match at WrestleMania? Absolutely. I think anybody would be okay with just a match on WrestleMania, let alone the opening one.
So as per no DQ rules, when we bet for the champ or against the champ when it comes to title matches, we are talking about who is leaving with the belt.
Yes.
Correct.
So in this case, if either man gets disqualified, we get the point because Murphy still takes home the title.
Yeah.
And this is going to apply for any title match that we are doing
absolutely.
for tonight.
That just makes sense.
So up next, let's just roll the dice. Actually, you know what? We might like I said before, we might see an additional pre-show match. Especially if it's a 2-hour pre-show. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's just one. But,
is this going to be another 5-hour pay-per-view?
Possibly. The Elimination Chamber matches are probably going to last a little while.
Mm-hmm.
The Revival might get called to defend their newly won titles. Basically, we talked about this before we started the video. I think all three of us agree you're not going to take the titles off of the Revival.
So whoever they end up fighting, if they end up fighting at all, the Revival retain.
Yeah, Glorious Alpha, great team. I fought. I enjoyed Bobby Roode. I still think he should be a single heel. Jack Gable, incredible in-ring competitor. Should be pretty much the one that should have been Kurt Angle's legitimate son, but I'll leave that story in the past.
Oh, yeah.
And there's no way they're going to take their titles off the Revival this soon, especially when they're trying to keep people happy. Because, I don't know, there's another place we were thinking about going to. AEW. But,
so, just in case we get a surprise tag team match like we did on the previous pay-per-view at the Royal Rumble, there we go. So, let's go with Finn Balor versus Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush for the Intercontinental Championship. Jerry, who you got?
Oh, Lashley and Lio Rush. I don't see Balor leaving, or Balor. Baylor.
Baylor.
I have shade on the brain. Baszler. But Finn Balor, I don't see him winning in a handicap match, especially since like Lio Rush would be such a distraction in the match. So, yeah, Lashley retains.
Lashley retains.
I'm just saying Lesnar retains too. I mean, seriously.
Well, you're talking Mania, but right now we're talking Elimination Chamber. Noah, who you got?
We still got Fastlane. I don't see anybody else going after Lashley for the title. He's going to go into it a little longer, especially because Lio Rush, I feel, is going to be the difference maker. That's 2-1 handicap match, okay? Stupid. I see this feud not ending. Lashley's going to retain.
The only way I see it being any different is if Lio Rush is the one that gets pinned, but at the same time, I don't see Lashley letting that happen.
Bobby Lashley is a transitional champion. They got the title off of Seth Rollins so they could put Seth Rollins in the main event picture. And they want to put it on somebody that is the next Seth Rollins in their eyes. That's Finn Balor. Finn Balor wins the Intercontinental Championship Sunday night.
Wow!
Interesting. I would actually be okay with that because according to No DQ, they're saying that Finn Balor's next direction is to go to 205 Live. Now, whether or not that's after Elimination Chamber before WrestleMania, I have no idea. But honestly, I'd rather see Finn in the main title picture. Usually in the past, with the Intercontinental Championship, it had the most prestige. That was used as a jumping stone towards the main title.
And he's actually also one of the only people I could actually see Pete Dunne losing to in the NXT UK if that were ever the case.
So, Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin. Grudge match, I guess. I mean, who really cares? But at the same time, Braun Strowman.
Yeah, Strowman.
Easily. Noah?
It's no DQ. Braun Strowman, if there's any relevancy left to him, he's going to win this match.
Yeah.
Braun Strowman, simple as that.
So, next let's go with the SmackDown Tag Team Championships defended by The Miz and Shane McMahon versus the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. I'm going to go first this time.
Absolutely.
I've got McMiz, man.
McMiz.
The Usos are just there to be one of the most credible tag teams on the roster, to get defeated by Shane and Miz, so that they again look like the best tag team.
I was about to say, it adds a little bit of legitimacy to their title reign if they actually get the W. So yeah.
They've beaten the Bar. If they beat the Usos, and then they get a shot at the New Day and beat the New Day, I would say they have established themselves as the best tag team on SmackDown.
Yeah.
In this case, we've got the Usos, so I'm going McMiz. Noah, who you got?
You pretty much streamline what I think is going to happen at Fastlane, especially with the Usos questionably re-signing with W or not. As much as I hate to say it, I gotta go with McMiz.
Jerry, you agreeing?
Yep.
3 for 3, McMiz. We are blowing through this. Okay, so before we get to the chamber matches, which are going to have special rules as far as points go for the no DQ boards, and We've got one more title match that's not in a chamber. That's Ronda Rousey defending the Raw Women's Championship against Ruby Riott. And I don't know where that came from. So let's go with you first, Noah. Who you got?
This match was made on social media. Are you fucking kidding me? No build, no real story, no real belief. Ronda's retaining.
Yeah, that's Rousey's holding the belt until WrestleMania, so obviously Ronda's winning. Jerry?
I see the match getting thrown out and Becky Lynch interfering.
So,
Yeah.
in order to say that a certain someone retains her title
Yes.
and carries it home, you have to give me a name.
Okay.
Who do I write down, Jerry?
Ruby Riott.
No, don't do that to yourself, Jerry.
I'm doing that to myself because I do not like saying the other RR.
Oh.
But it wouldn't shock me if Becky Lynch were to show up, attack Ruby Riott, and give Ruby Riott the win against Ronda Rousey, but not the belt getting taken off of her.
But you still lose the point because you didn't say
Just
that.
say her name, man. Bite your tongue. Swallow your pride. You don't do this.
Does Ronda? I'll give you a simple yes or no. Does Ronda Rousey take the belt home at the end of the night?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to spare
Alright,
you that
so
point.
he-
I tried, ladies and gentlemen. I tried to get him to say Ronda Rousey, but it would not work.
Hey, I'll take that. I will interpret that as him saying she retains.
Okay, she good. The woman.
Oh well. So, do we want to do the men's chamber first or the women's chamber first? I tend to lean towards the women's chamber last because it's inaugural.
That's inaugural tag. Yeah.
All right, so we've got.
You're gonna put it on last.
Yeah.
So we've got the SmackDown chamber match. We've got the WWE Championship being defended by Daniel Bryan in the Elimination Chamber against Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy. We've got Samoa Joe. We have Kofi Kingston, who is a replacement for Mustafa Ali. And who's the last one? Who am I forgetting?
AJ
Styles. How could I forget AJ Styles? I'd love to say AJ wins this. I really would. I'm going to think about this. Jerry, who do you have winning and who do you have getting pinned first?
Okay, Daniel Bryan is not dropping the heavyweight title in this match, so it's going to be Daniel Bryan actually getting the win. And oddly enough, I think the first person that's going to be eliminated in the match, just to get him out of there, because he's going to be a dangerous person in there, is Samoa Joe.
Okay.
I think Bryan will retain, and Samoa Joe will be the first out.
Noah.
This new eco-friendly belt. There's no way, with this much going for him right now, the new title and everything, that the new Daniel Bryan is going to lose the title. I see the new Daniel Bryan retaining. Maybe in a way I don't expect, but I can't see the new Daniel Bryan losing this title. That being said, Randy's going to come in the chamber last. They're saying they're building Randy versus AJ, which leaves Jeff, Joe, and Kofi. Kofi with performance of the night on Tuesday. I can see Joe going after him. I don't know who's going to be in there first, though. That's the hard part.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, though, I feel so bad for him. But I agree with your point there, Jerry, but... Fuck it. Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy will be the first to be pinned.
I'm torn between those two. Because I do not think Kofi's going to be first one out.
Oh, no, Kofi...
Although that might be the surprise of the night.
Yeah. I see Kofi being down to the final four.
I could see Orton being the first one out. Nobody gets eliminated.
No. Orton, because he won the gauntlet match.
I know,
awesome.
but it's not unheard of to end up with 6 competitors in the Elimination Chamber, where nobody gets eliminated in 20 minutes before the last person gets released. So
that'd be neat to have an Orton and Styles match at WrestleMania.
Who's the first one out? I think I got to go with Jerry on this one. It just seems like Joe has the least to contribute as far as the chamber goes. Like, he could put on a dangerous looking match in a regular wrestling ring.
Yeah.
We're talking a chamber. You've got Kofi who can do high spots. You've got AJ Styles that can do high spots.
And low spots and medium spots and whatever kind of spot. He's phenomenal.
So, yeah, I got to go with Joe on this. Joe's the first one out, even though, that sucks so bad because they've kind of, promo-wise and as far as out-of-match-wise, attacking people outside of the ring bell, like, they make Joe look good, but once that bell rings, Joe kind of looks like a chump lately. Anyway, that brings us to the last match, the main event. Which
who did you say was going to win?
Oh, I'm sorry. I agree with you two, Brian. Somehow he's going to pull it off.
It's like, Joe's fucking out of there. Who was going to win? Oh, yeah, Brian.
Yeah. But it wasn't that obvious? Like,
I feel like it was, but for clarity's sake.
The guy with the long hair and the beard picks Brian. Fuck it. So, let's move on to the women's elimination chamber match.
Well, we can pretty much consider the main event
for Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is for the inaugural women's tag team championship belts. And so we've got the Riot Squad. That's Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan. We've got the Iconics from SmackDown. That's Billie Kay and Peyton Royce. We have got Nia Jax and Tamina, the Samoan Slaughterhouse, I guess. I don't know if that's what they're called.
Why you gotta be Slaughterhouse for? But that's okay.
From SmackDown, we have Naomi and Carmella calling themselves the Fabulous Glow. From Raw, who's the last team from Raw? The Boston Hug Connection, Bayley and Sasha Banks. And from SmackDown, who's the last team? Fiona.
Mandy Rose and Sonya
There we
Deville.
go. Fire and Desire. So.
Yeah.
Start off with Noah on this one.
Yeah. Even though it's my turn, I think.
You already made a turn.
Okay, Noah, who you got on this? Who do you got to win? And who do you have to get pinned first?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
Let's
See. Nia Jax and Tamina. What? Boston Hug Connection. Sasha questionable. Liv Morgan and the Sarah Logan jobbed out to Ronda Rousey. Iconics. Tag team before they come up to main roster. Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose involved in a Temptation Island spinoff. And freaking Carmella and Naomi just because you need more women.
That's pretty much it, too. He nailed it.
It's going. Vince, the dickhead, pisses us off. Nia Jax to me to get the title because I don't see Boston Hug winning regardless because I see him starting off, so I'm my favorite. But I truly, truly want with my heart the Iconics to win because they're the only legitimate tag team. But this is predictions. Fuck it. This pay-per-view don't mean shit. I want the Iconics to win. And as far as my first elimination, because Boston Hug are starting off and Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville are starting off, I want it to be Nia Jax and Tamina because they're the biggest threats, physically and technically, in the chamber. So, no, first elimination, Carmella and Naomi.
Okay.
Jerry.
To quote another no DQ personality, here's the thing. I agree with Noah. The fact that Vince is just going to piss people off. But also, he is a man who knows how to make money. And that is why Tamina and Nia Jax are going to win the belts. They're going to be the inaugural champions. Just much like Zach Gibson and James Drake won the title, the inaugural NXT UK titles. They're the most hated team in that company, and
So
right now
you going with the Samoan Slaughterhouse because of the name?
Kinda. I was already kind of sold like my idea, but then you said they were called the Samoan Slaughterhouse. I'm like, oh, come on. I like Samoas.
I mean, that's
And
why
I
we
like
call you the
my last
General.
name.
General Slaughter.
But
There you go.
with that, there's so much heat around Jax right now, and the only way to get more heat off of her is to make her a champion that people will want to watch, tune in to possibly see get beaten. And that's where Vince makes his money at. That's where he builds new faces. That's where he builds stronger teams. So I believe the Samoan Slaughterhouse are going to win the titles, and the first team that's going to be eliminated is going to be Bayley and Sasha.
Whoa.
I think Sasha is going to still be injured or be playing up on that, and she's going to get taken out. So there's my prediction on it.
All right, so check it out. Supposedly, Sasha Banks got injured a few weeks ago, and maybe that's true, maybe that's not. But she was on the verge of being in the triple threat tag team match this past week on Raw. She took bumps on the outside. If she was not medically cleared to wrestle, she would not be taking bumps. She is cleared. They are telling the story of her coming back and winning with Bayley, not only from an injury, but Bayley got beat down last Monday. So I'm saying the Boss and Hug Connection win. They win. First one's out. I agree. Fabulous Glow. They don't belong there in the first place. So I say they are the first ones eliminated. And that concludes possibly the shortest video we have ever fucking done. Which should up the views. The fact that it's predictions video for a main roster show should up the views. And I hope we get like 400 or 500 views, because I can't wait to hear people's reaction to Noah dropping F-bombs and shit.
Yes!
Wow. It's always a pleasure to have you on, regardless of your PG language. But that was fun.
Yes, it was.
I feel like I shouldn't feel as bad about pushing your buttons about 205 Live being on the pre-show. But
I'm glad I did.
Yes, absolutely.
Happy to entertain and contribute, guys. Keep it 100% real. Bottom line is this: Elimination Chamber, it is literally filler. We still have Fastlane. That hopefully will bring us better matches and finally some closing ideas to freaking WrestleMania. But this pay-per-view is just going to be BS. This is the most entertaining part about it.
Yeah, there should not be two pay-per-views in between Royal Rumble and the WrestleMania. There used to only be one until the brand split. And now that all the pay-per-views are dual branded, there's no reason to have two anymore. No. It used to be 1 month until the pay-per-view following the Royal Rumble, and then like a month and a half until WrestleMania. They had 6 weeks to build from the last pay-per-view to there, and now it's like 3 weeks until the next pay-per-view, 3 weeks till the next pay-per-view, and then like 3 weeks till Mania. Maybe 4. Too much. Way too fucking much. And I don't think the card for Fastlane is going to be any better than this.
Chances are we'll get the SmackDown Women's Championship and the U.S. Championship.
Well, think about it. This card is only saved by the fact that it's got 2 chamber matches in it.
Yeah.
If this had been a six-pack challenge for the WWE title, and this had been just somehow a tournament that whittled down to 2 women versus 2 women for the inaugural belts.
Yeah.
This would be a shit fucking pay-per-view.
Yes, it would.
Absolute shit. And I don't think Fastlane's going to be any better. God hope WrestleMania is worth all of this.
Yes.
Yes.
So, any final thoughts on the pay-per-view lineup?
I think he said it all.
Okay, well, we're going to cut this video short, I guess, because we still have to watch NXT and do our What's NXT show for tomorrow. We also have to do the NXT party on Thursday. Speaking of the NXT party, up here on the big screen where my man, Simple Man, Noah Foster, is at, we do the tea party with guests. And if you'd like to have a spot of NXT with us and chat about NXT UK, you can find me on Twitter. Just go to nodq.com/Stefan. That's Stefan. Or if you just want to look me up on Twitter, it's at Stefan R. Osborne. That's OSBORNE. The R, as always, stands for restricted. Finally, Noah's on board with that. You can also find this gentleman on Twitter.
At NoDQ General, and also my Facebook group Armbar, all capital, ARMBAR, exclamation point. Find Stefan or I on there, and we'll go ahead and get you in there. Lots of different wrestling discussions. Really getting heavy into discussions now in that group too. So, especially with all the different title changes that we've had, like just across the globe. So, come in, kick off your shoes, enjoy yourself, and Noah, plug away, my friend.
Alright. Everybody, forgive me, otherwise you now know me. I'm just a simple man and a lifelong fan of wrestling. If you want to follow me, look me up on Twitter, nodq.com/Noah takes to my Twitter page. Come talk to me about anything. WWE, AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Ring of Honor, Impact, Indie Wrestling. Support your indie wrestling, folks. I'll talk to you about anything. Support nodq.com. Follow the website. They're on everything, on every platform, and they got everything you can imagine. Reviews, predictions, memes, columns, opinions, polls, you name it.
T-shirts.
Check out our playlist on Spotify. NoDQ, hashtag Team NoDQ, over like near 5,000 songs. I can't believe that's real, but it is. Everything on there from Phil Collins to Beatles to, oh hell, I'm just going to throw a name out there. We probably got Wiz Khalifa on there for the hell I know. And go buy a shirt. NoDQ.com/shirts. You can buy one like this. Jerry's on a shirt. The Wizard has his own shirt. And as always, folks, support your wrestling outlets, both big and small, and let's keep growing this wrestling community together. Simple as that.
Well, thank you, Noah, for being on the predictions with us, and thank you all for watching. If you like this video, click the like button. That's right underneath me. If you like all of our videos, you should click the subscribe button. That's underneath Jerry. And if you'd like to get our videos, the NXT, the What's NXT and the NXT Party videos about a half a day sooner, we post these first on Aftermatch Wrestling. That's all one word, AFTERMATCH Wrestling. And if we get 100 subscribers, we're up to like 30 now. So
yes!
30% of the way there, man.
All right.
Our goal is 100 subscribers so that we have a good likelihood of having a few people live when we start doing these shows live in the wee hours of Wednesday night, Thursday morning, Thursday night, Friday morning, East Coast time. Yeah, crazy late. But if we can get some people watching live, we want you guys to ask questions so we can answer them at the end of the videos after we do all of these insane plugs that we have. Other than that,
chances are we probably didn't plug everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, crap, I just realized I didn't. Stefan and Jerry, thank you again. You guys inspired me. Guys, I have my own series now at NoDQ.com. 205 Live Matters. And if you want to join me for a video talk of 205 Live, feel free to let me know. I do them every night, Wednesday, midnight, Eastern Standard Time. Every week, excuse me.
Awesome.
Right on. So, for the simple man, Noah Foster, for the General Jerry Slaughter, I'm, of course, the Wizard of NoDQ, Stefan Osborne, and see you guys next time.
Run
good night, folks. 205 Live Matters. Try to enjoy the pay-per-view. It's going to be shit, but whatever.
Bye, everybody.